Hello friends, welcome to the JKSS online lessons. In this video I'm going to take you through the chemistry grade 12 topic no other than non-metals. Right, our main focus will be on revision examination standard questions. So these are random revision examination standard questions. This video might mark to a part 1 where we are just going to revise few questions on non-metals. Without wasting much of your time, let us start revising the questions. Alright, so the first question reads, nitrogen and oxygen are the two main gases present in the air. Both gases are obtained from air. Right? We have nitrogen and oxygen being the two main gases present in the air. Why are we referring these two gases as many gases present in the air? Because they appear their composition are higher than other gases. The composition of nitrogen is 78%. The composition of oxygen is 21% compared to the composition of carbon dioxide and inert gases. Alright, the first question is, by what processes are two gases obtained from the air? So nitrogen and oxygen are obtained by fractional distillation of liquid air. Okay, fractional distillation in liquid air. This is the process by which these two gases are obtained. Right, so question B reads, nitrogen is used in the manufacturing of ammonia by the above process. Nitrogen is used in the manufacturing of ammonia by the above process. State any two important conditions for the reaction which ammonia is formed by the above process. Right, so there are there are three main conditions necessary for the formation of ammonia in the above process. The first condition is by using iron as a catalyst. Right, by using iron as a catalyst. Right, the second condition is the pressure should be about 350 atmospheric. The pressure should be about 350 atmospheric. The last condition is temperature. The temperature should be about 350 degrees Celsius to 450 degrees Celsius. So always remember, in the above process there are three conditions necessary for the reaction in which ammonia is formed. Right, the first one is the catalyst, which is iron. The second one is the pressure for about 350 atmospheric. The second one is the temperature for about 350 degrees Celsius to 450 degrees Celsius. Alright, we move on to the last question of the first one. Alright, state one important use of ammonia. Right, what is the important use of ammonia? So the important use of ammonia, it is used in the manufacturing of fertilizers or in the making of nitric acid. There are many uses, but this one is the important. use of ammonia. It is used in the manufacturing of fertilizers or making nitric acid. There are many uses, remember this. Right, let us move on to the next one. The next question is, name 3 of the components of clean dry air. Right, name 3 of the components of clean dry air. What are the components of clean dry air? Remember, air is the mixture of gases. So now the components of clean dry air are summarized by the following table. So we have the composition of clean dry air. The component, we have the first one, which is nitrogen. We have nitrogen, which has a percentage of 79. This one should be 78%. Actually, should be 78%. Oxygen, which has the percentage of 20%, and carbon dioxide, percentage of 0.4%. This one should be 21, and noble gases, mainly argon. Right, so these are the components of clean dry air. Now we can name any of the 4. We can name any. So we can just say nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. Right, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. So this one was optional, or it was compulsory. It was compulsory because there are 4 answers mainly. Right, there are 4 answers. The next question, which is question B, air can be polluted by various chemicals. Air can be polluted by various chemicals. Right, so whenever we are talking about the polluting of air, which is air pollution, is caused mainly by gases, and these gases such as sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, these gases are acidic oxides. When they react with atmospheric air, you discover that they will form what we get to call an acid. Right, they form an acid, and this acid falls in form of what? In form of acidic rain. Right, always remember, whenever we are talking about polluting the air by various chemicals, we are talking about what? Gases, and these gases are acidic oxide. Acidic oxide, when they dissolve in water, you discover that they will form an acid. So examples of these oxides are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Right, actually nitrogen dioxide, not carbon monoxide. Give the chemical name for one of these air pollutants. So the chemical name is just carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide. Right, carbon dioxide. Name the source of the pollutant mentioned in B1 above. So you can just say what is the sources of carbon dioxide, where is produced, the site of carbon dioxide, the site of sulfur dioxide, the site of carbon monoxide. So the site of carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide is mainly burning, combustion. Right, so it is mainly burning of fossil fuels like petrol and charcoal. Burning fossil fuels fuels like petrol and charcoal, industrial processes, and vehicle exhaust. Okay, vehicle exhaust. These are the sources of the pollutants, mainly burning of bushes. Alright, states the process by which it is produced. What is the process by which these substances are produced? These pollutants are produced. I have already said the process: burning, also known as what? Combustion. They can be either produced by complete combustion or incomplete combustion. Alright, so it is combustion. The other name of combustion is what? Burning. Right, let us move on to the next one. Oxygen and nitrogen. This question is similarly to the first one. So oxygen and nitrogen are the major gases present in the clean air, and of course you know why oxygen and nitrogen are the major gases, because they appear abundantly most, they appear the most in what? In air. Other gases which are present in clean air are in small quantities include carbon dioxide and argon. Right, include carbon dioxide and argon. Now they have given us all the components of what? Of clean air. What is the first question? The first question is states the percentage of oxygen and nitrogen in the air. So this one was showing 79 and 20%. In the actual sense, oxygen is 21% and nitrogen is 78%. Briefly describe how you would show that carbon dioxide is present in the air. 2 marks. We should describe how you would show that carbon dioxide is present in the air. The only way that we can show that carbon dioxide is present in the air is by using lime water, which is calcium hydroxide. Is by using what? Calcium hydroxide. Now, how? You discover that is by using what? Calcium hydroxide solution. So now this calcium hydroxide solution, you bubble the air. The first step is to bubble the air or pass through the air in calcium hydroxide. You pass through the air in calcium hydroxide. You discover that when carbon dioxide is present, calcium hydroxide will turn milky. Alright, will turn milky like or cloud color. The color will be milky like or cloud. That means carbon dioxide is what? Present. That milky like or cloud is what we call calcium carbonate. Calcium what? Carbonate. Right? So you say bubble air through lime water. This is the explanation. The first one, you bubble the air through what? Lime water. If carbon dioxide is present, the lime water turns milky or cloud. The milky or cloud is what we call calcium what? Carbonate. Right? This is how we can know carbon dioxide is present in the air. Right? The first method, the first thing you have to use lime water. If carbon dioxide is present, lime water turns milky. If carbon dioxide is absent, lime water remains the way it is. It does not change. Right? Argon is a noble gas. What chemically makes it unreactive? What causes carbon to be unreactive? Is a group 8 element. Of course, all group 8 elements are chemically unreactive. All noble gases or inert gases are chemically what? Unreactive. And the reason being is that they have a full outermost shell electrons. They do not need to gain or lose their electrons. They already obey Joule-Briggs and octet what? Law. So the reason is that it has the full outermost shell electrons, which is 8 electrons. It is stable. In short, it is stable. You can gain a mark. It does not need to gain, lose or share electrons with other elements. You can also obtain a mark. So there are many reasons, but the main reason is must consist of what? Stability. Whenever you are bringing out the point, don't forget stability. For any element to be stable, it has to have full outermost shell electrons. Alright, let us move on to the next one. Okay, the question reads, give 2 ways by which lasting of ion can be prevented. Give 2 ways by which lasting of ion can be prevented. Okay, how does this can this be prevented? So you say there are many ways: by painting, by galvanizing iron, by alloying iron, by glycerin. Okay, you can say painting, alloying or glycerin. Apart from that, you can say galvanizing, which is coating with zinc, or electroplating, right? Electroplating. We move on to the next one. Burning and lasting are 2 chemical processes. Give 1 similarity, 1 difference. Okay, we should give 1 similarity between burning and lasting, and 1 difference between burning and lasting. And of course, to be honest with you, you must be able to know this, because the questions mainly based on this. The way the examiners phrase their question is one and the same. You discover that the next question that will follow, or the next part, will be just repeating the same questions but different format. All right, the answers, same question, different format. So one similarity of burning and lasting is that they both involve what? Oxygen. They both involve oxygen. In the both processes, oxygen is needed. All right. One difference is that burning is faster and produces heat. All right. Burning is faster and produces the heat or light, while lasting is slower and it does not produce any heat or light. Alright, so there are 2 differences here. You can say burning is faster while lasting is slower. Burning produces heat, alright, while lasting does not produce heat or light. Okay, name 2 non-metallic oxides. Remember this question? The previous question was asking about the chemical substance that pollutes the air. Now they have asked it in another form. Name 2 non-metallic oxides which causes atmospheric pollution. Name 2 non-metallic oxides which causes atmospheric pollution. So the oxides are what we get to call acidic what oxides. And examples of these acidic oxides are sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, or nitrogen dioxide. State two sources of these pollutants. The same questions, same answers. The sources of pollutants, you can just say burning of fossil fuels, fuels like petrol and charcoal, industrial processes and vehicles exist. Alright, let us move on to the next question. And this question might mark to the end of the part 1 division. Water is an important raw material in the home and in industry. Water is an important raw material in the home and in industry. State two uses of water in industry. What are the uses of water in industry? So the uses of water in industry, it is used for making beer, for making cement. It's also used for cooling machines, for cooling industrial machines. Alright, so these are the uses of water. Aside from that, you can also say water is used as a what? Current or solvent, used as raw material. So you can just say it is used as a current or solvent, or it was also used as a raw material in chemical reaction like making steam. Alright, so these are the uses of water. You can just pick two. You can say it is used for making beer, or you can just say it is used for making beer and it is used for cooling machines, or it is used as a current or solvent, or it is used as a chemical, a raw material in chemical reactions. Outline the two main stages in the purification of water, in the cleaning of water. What are the two stages involved? We have filtration and chlorination. Alright, filtration and chlorination. Filtration, this is where solid particles are removed from the water. Chlorination is just the addition of chlorine to water in order to kill bacteria and germs. Right, the addition of oxygen of chlorine to water to kill what? The bacteria. Alright, that is what we call chlorination. Okay guys, that's it for the part 1. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok page at JKSS Online Lessons. Alright, so that you may not miss out what is coming next. So don't forget to share this video. Okay, like, comment in the comment section for both TikTok and YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.